It's Fast Wi-Fi for you with Jay and
Kevin.
how's it going, bud?
I'm fine. Hey, everybody. Jalen's being a diva.
That's cool. What you do this weekend, yo?
I did nothing. I didn't work, which was great. I played video games and I watched a lot of Netflix. How about you?
Same old, same old. Video games, chilling, school, hanging out, the usual.
Sounds
You know what I'm
eventful.
saying?
Sounds more productive than what I've been doing, but I mean, hey, we all need a break eventually.
Yeah, I mean, depends on what you need a break from. Do you need a break on being you?
Nah, I just needed a break from just being, I don't know. I just wanted to be lazy. I deserve the right.
So what you're saying is you like being lazy. Cool.
No, I said I wanted to be lazy.
You wanted to be lazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up.
Makes me feel better on the weekends.
Mm.
And plus, I'm also stuck in West Bumble F, New York. So I'm like snowed in. And for us, snowed in is crazy. I actually have to shovel my car out right now and I don't feel like doing it. So I guess I'm not going anywhere.
So like, what about walking?
It's like the day after tomorrow outside.
Oh damn. So like, Statue of Liberty's falling down. What you're saying?
I don't live that close. I'm in West Bumble F, New York.
So what you're saying is,
It's a negative number degree outside and there's a lot of snow everywhere.
sounds like excuses. I would still go out.
It sounds nice. Jersey went to
Live
a
your
state of
life.
emergency over this weather.
We're still in a state of emergency, but thanks for caring about us.
Jersey's weak side.
Because Jersey's weak.
Nah, yeah,
Okay.
actually, the city in Jersey is.
No. I get you. No, we're weak. Cool. You got it.
Why are you being defensive?
We're weak. Weak. Hey, and fast Wi-Fi for you news. You can go over to Patreon, and there's some really dope rewards that I'm looking at right now. If you donate, I'm just saying, we're not forcing you to give us money, but hey, if you're feeling that kind of way and you look at some of these rewards, I would definitely get on those.
It would actually help us out a ton because if you guys decide to help this channel grow, we can do bigger and better things for you guys, up the production value. Like it comes full cycle, we promise. Like it's beneficial to the growth of us, you, everything else.
This is very true. But wait, hold on. Let me just look at some of these rewards here. Because this is cray cray. You can donate a certain amount and become a content creator for Fast Wi-Fi for you. Another amount gets you an interview. Another one gets you a shout out. What's this one? Oop, I clicked one by accident. I gave enough money. This one gets you a pen, a shirt, hoodie, a wristband, and a shirt, and a pen. Half off on any event. Oh, and if anyone does this one, you get to hang with us. That's cray.
That sounds like some dope stuff. And trust me, if you do get to hang with us, you will have fun. And we will treat you like one of the crew because you listen to us ramble.
I want to say ramble, but you're right.
I wanted to be humble. You can listen to us talk about things that entertain you.
That too. So go over to Patreon. Drop a little bit in our bucket if you want. What else do we have new? That was it. Nope, that was it. So, my good friend, what year is this?
I believe it is 2018.
Oh, so it's a new year. So, is everybody kind of like okay since it's 2018? Like, is everybody chilling? Like, is everything cool? Like, everybody respecting each other? Like, what's going on?
I mean, that sounds like a everybody type of question. Are you asking me or my thoughts on what's going on in the world in 2018? Like, I'm confused.
Duh.
I don't know what's going on in the world. I haven't really been up to date. I haven't
Cool.
really been following media like I normally do.
Cool. So you missed Trump's penis measuring contest?
Yeah, actually, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Damn. Basically hit up old Bull in Korea because Korea dudes all like, let him know we got nukes. And Trump was just like, let him know I got a button for a nuke and mine works. This is all real. This is barely me paraphrasing right now. That is actually like this is actually happening.
I really feel like
Yo, like this is real life.
Trump and North Korea's leader, because I'm not even gonna slaughter his name,
Kim Jong Un.
should go in a room and I don't know, do what they need to do to quit this bullcrap. Because we have two people in power who are acting, how do I say this? Who are acting juvenile.
How juvenile?
When two
Hey, look at this
individuals of
imagine.
that level of power are having a dingling swinging contest that could affect millions of people, I think everybody needs to sit down.
Needs to sit down.
Yeah,
They needs to sit down.
they
So
needs to sit down.
what Kevin is saying to Mr. Trump and Mr. Is you need to sat down.
You
Sat
guys
down.
both need to get your crews, sit in the room, lock the door,
So
and
you gonna
hash
get
it
your
out until you
crew
figure it
and
out.
get my crew. So what you're saying is you want them to have an all out brawl.
That's not what I'm saying. I want them to have a conversation so they can get over this. I feel like both of them would probably get along because they seem like the same person.
You know what? Let's not be so PC. Let's just let them do a cage fight. Put it on pay-per-view. Split it 50-50.
Well, first of all, I feel like we both know who would win that fight.
Kim Jong.
And
Are
Trump
you
is
saying
at
that
a
because he's
disadvantage
Asian?
with his. No, I'm not. Trump is
Are you
at a
saying that because Trump is
disadvantage.
7?
Trump is at a disadvantage because he'd be worried about his hair falling off.
I still think, you know what? Lil Hands might win.
Actually, no, there is an advantage to Trump though.
Lil Hands wrestled and played football.
All of those tans, his skin is probably impervious. I can't say the word
Defense is
right now.
impregnable.
I feel like
My
his
attack is
skin is
immaculate.
probably like has no feeling left in it. Like straight up soaking in radiation. He probably has
Straight up
superpowers.
leather. Probably leather skin, leather face.
He probably won't feel anything.
He probably won't. So who'll win the fight, you or Trump? Just throwing it out there.
I don't fight. I'm a pacifist.
I know I was gonna say because you don't fight, so who'll win the fight?
I don't fight.
So what you're saying is you can't beat Donald Trump in a fight.
I don't fight.
Okay. So, Mr. Trump, if you're listening to us, you will beat one half of Fast Wi-Fi for you. Yo, hold on. What if like he like the Snowden files thing was like real and he really just was like, what's up? Like let's get it popping. Me, you, tomorrow. It's gonna be huge.
We would just have to be there.
Yeah, because I don't think we got any other choice because we might just get like pew. You know what I mean?
I'm not claiming anything.
Just, you know, little
This
secret.
is all one half of Wi-Fi for you speaking right now.
So you're the fast one, so you got never mind. I almost said something really inappropriate, so I'll let you rock.
I'm not that
Just love how
fast,
you
actually. I'm like average speed.
just love how you jump to fast before anything else. Speaking of average speed, this is so off topic. Yo, I was labeling my DSM the other day, and as I'm labeling it, you kind of have to like read some things because it's in front of you. Erectile dysfunction was one of the ones I was labeling. You know that they said underneath a minute is ED. Think about it.
You're
Like
about to
a
make me
minute.
talk on this DSM-IV, and I don't want to right now.
No, we already have the same apprehensions about this DSM-5, but just think about this though. Like, If you went to a
Hold on, what
psychiatrist,
page is that on?
oh my god. Oh, I could just use my
I
labeled
haven't been through
DSM-5.
my DSM-5 in a minute.
Do you have one on you?
It has some. I'm looking at it right now. It's in my hand.
All right, let me pull this
I
up.
gotta like dust off the. Like
Let's
I
see.
haven't used this
Pedo
thing since
fetish. Nope.
2016.
Um,
It's crazy how I used to be
position.
able to go through this thing no problem. I don't remember anything.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I
All
remember
right,
my diagnoses, but I don't remember where the things are.
pelvic pain. Son, even with these labels, I still don't know what anything
I don't like The fact, more power to you for putting labels in yours because that's ridiculous.
Son, did you ever see my labels? These are actually like lit.
Yeah, I have something to say about your labels. I'm just not gonna say it right now.
Nah, say it.
Nah,
Don't hold
you're a
nothing.
nerd.
Don't hold nothing
You're a
back.
nerd. You're a nerd.
Oh, I'm a nerd. Okay. Shout out to my girlfriend for giving me these labels and telling me to get on this because this is actually a help.
Shout out Jazz for being organized.
Shout out for Jazz being great. All right.
Shout out Jay for being a nerd.
Shout out Kev for being on my dick. All right.
Shout out for Jay wanting that to happen, but Kevin not being with the shits.
Shout out to Kev for telling me when he was drunk that he wanted to have oral sexual intercourse with me.
I have no. Whoa, time out.
Just saying. Put it out there for people to know. No more
Nah,
inside jokes.
never,
2018.
ever, ever
Sexual sadism
in
disorder.
my life
Over a
would I
period of at
ever.
least. Hold on. Let's read through the DSM.
No, don't try to change the subject.
Go to page 695.
You said what number? 695?
Yeah. Hey, if anybody has a DSM-5, follow along because we're about to go through some fun stuff.
This is what immature people with DSMs do. I always go in here and diagnose people because I'm immature. You should never give me this much power.
Ooh. When you're done with that, I'm going to read something else that's really funny.
Now, there's another diagnosis in here that's really funny. I just can't remember where it is.
Like, if you don't read 695, oh, you don't have tabs to flip through. Never mind. I'll put a book.
You're talking about the sexual sadism disorder?
Yeah, read that description, yo.
A or B?
B. Oh wait, oops, I'm looking at. Hold on, wait. I was looking at the wrong one. Sorry. Sexual sadism. Yes.
B?
Yeah.
Sexual sadism disorder.
Actually, read both. Both. It gives the context.
A. Over a period of at least 6 months, reoccurrent and intense sexual arousal from the physical or psychological suffering of another person, as manifested by fantasies, urges, or behaviors. B. The individual has acted on these sexual urges with a non-consenting person, or the sexual urges of fantasies cause clinically significant distress or impairment in social, occupational, or other important areas of functioning.
Nigga, that's rape.
I know. I was trying not to laugh as I read because it's very serious.
Yo, that's crazy.
No, you know what's crazy? I got into a full-blown
I feel like this
argument
is about
with
to be a
one of
whole
my
rape talk today.
professors. No. I got into an argument with my professors on the definition in the DSM-5 of a cross-dresser. Of course, that's not the clinical term for it. It's not the clinical term for it. But he and I got into an argument because I'm like, yo, this doesn't make any sense. And he's just like, well, the DSM-5 says it. Okay, so if the DSM-5 told you to suck a dick, would you do
I had
it?
a feeling you're going to say if it says suck a dick. would you-
like, come on, bro. Like, he was making me upset because I'm like, bro, like, if you can't have like a civilized conversation with me, like, just go somewhere. Like, how are you my professor and you're not really helping me understand why the definition is what it is in this book?
Facts.
It didn't make sense because it was on a test and I didn't pick it. And he's like, well, that's wrong. I'm like, well, tell me why it's wrong because technically speaking, So when I get that information again, I'm gonna go over it with you because I want to see what you think because I think it's baloney.
Which one is? Do you remember offhand or no?
I'm looking right now because I believe what I just read is in the area.
Is it sexual related?
Yeah, it's actually like the diagnosis of someone who's a crossdresser.
Oh, yes, in that area then. So as you look for that, I'm gonna read another one. This is childish as hell. Delayed
really
ejaculation. That delayed ejaculation. Either of the following symptoms must be experienced on almost all or all occasions, approximately 75 to 100% of partner sexual activity. Without the individual desiring delay, marked delay in ejaculation, or 2, marked infrequency or absence of ejaculation. The symptoms in criterion A have persisted for a minimum duration of approximately 6 months. So that means for 6 months, you not nutting or you just nut like never. Like it seems like never, ever, 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 ever. Crap, no, it wasn't this one. No, 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 no. I marked it. Oh, there it is. Erectile disorder.
You're
Ooh.
childish.
I'm only laughing because I saw the word penis. And so at least 1 to 3 following. Marked difficulty in obtaining an erection during sexual activity, marked difficulty in maintaining, or marked decrease in erectile rigidity. Rigidity. Female orgasmic disorder. Same thing as a male ejaculation delay. Female sexual interest, or oh, this is the one I was pissed off at this. Listen to this, y'all. The DSM has a disorder called female sexual interest or arousal disorder. It's on page 433. It's code 30272. Lack of or significantly reduced sexual interest or arousal in any 3 of these following 6 things: absent or reduced interest in sexual activity, absent or reduced erotic thoughts or fantasies, no or reduced initiation of sexual activity, absent or reduced excitement during sexual activity, absent or reduced sexual interest or arousal in response to any internal, external, erotic or sexual cues, written, verbal, or visual, and absent or reduced genital or non-genital sensations during sexual activity. So, oh my God, how can I put this PC wise? What they're saying is if you don't like someone sexually, your partner can say, you have a disorder. And what will they say? You're right. Now, not taking into account if your partner's just ugly, or if they don't know what to really do, or if they stink. That's 3 things right there that would cause you to not want to be with them. What else are we finding in this DSM?
Oh no, you ready for the next one? This one's funny.
Go.
Tell me who I'm describing.
Oh my God.
Froturistic disorder.
What?
Over a period of at least 6 months, recurrent and intense sexual arousal from touching or rubbing against a non-consenting person as manifested by fantasies, urges, or behaviors. The individual has acted on these sexual urges with a non-consenting person, or the sexual urges or fantasies cause clinically significant distress, impairment in social, occupational, or other important areas of functioning.
Wait.
Someone recently in the media got in trouble for this.
Oh crap. Hold up. So they're rubbing on random objects?
No, on non-consenting
Oh,
people, or doing things that non-consenting people aren't okay with in front of them.
Louis C.K.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, this is fun. I love this game.
Well, I guess this one's more touching and rubbing against the person.
So Weinstein.
Yeah, there you go.
Weinstein. That was mad Weinstein when I heard it too.
Yep. Okay, I think
Nope,
we
no,
need to
got another
stop
one.
now.
Premature ejaculation. A persistent or recurrent pattern of ejaculation occurring during partner sexual activity within approximately 1 minute following vaginal penetration and before the individual wishes it. Approximately 1 minute. That's 60 seconds. That's a lot of pin there. So they're saying if you,
I mean, but when you think about it, like think of it this way: that I'm about to blow your mind. Ready? This is a Jaden
oh,
Smith
I don't
moment.
want you to blow my mind. Pause.
So
you need to chill out.
let's think about
you
this.
got too hype saying
Now
that.
they say 60 seconds or less, right?
Mm-hmm.
Think about when you're not in shape and you struggle to do planks. How that 60 seconds feels
Nigga,
like
that's forever.
So think about the guy who comes that fast.
Yo, I mean, to be completely real with you, yo, I think I've done that before. Because it's not, and here's the other thing too. It's not always on the guy. It's well, in this case,
There's a lot of factors that can play into that. But this specific diagnosis would be someone who this is a reoccurring thing.
for at least 6 months.
Exactly.
Before they wish it. What if you want to, but the partner doesn't want you to? Does that still mean you have this? Oh, and I got to look at this a little bit more. Hold on.
Missy Elliott made a whole song about it. Was it Missy or was it Tweet?
I think it was. No, I don't think it was Tweet. Yo, random fact: I still have Tweet's first album, still wrapped on my shelf.
That's crazy.
I have a couple albums still wrapped on my shelf. Estimates of the prevalence of premature ejaculation vary widely depending on the definition utilized. Internationally, more than 20 to 30% of men ages 18 to 70. Damn. 18 to 70-year-old men. About a third of them said they ejaculate in approximately a minute of ejaculation. And of that 20 to 30%, only 1 to 3% of men have been diagnosed with this disorder. Prevalence of premature ejaculation may increase with age. Duh, muff.
Now, it's funny that you say that because someone said to me one time that, and this actually ties into our next topic. Someone said to me that
I like the DSM penis talk.
A certain population of men are different type of lovers. So this person told me
not
that
the exact word they use, but okay.
These individuals tend to not warm up the engine and just
jump in.
go at it, and then it's over really fast.
It sounds like somebody's got a lot to do.
I don't understand that, and I couldn't believe that this person put all of these people in a box, but it was an interesting conversation.
So,
but let's talk about interracial relationships.
How did you get to interracial relationships from that? Are you saying
because
that,
what I was
white
just
guys
saying
don't start
that specifically this person was talking about a specific group of people.
All right, start with the specific who, because I'm confused here.
Why is that relevant?
Because you're talking about interracial dating, so I need to know why that's prevalent.
No, because I mean, this conversation was about a specific group of people, but
I guess interracial racial group, right?
Two different groups of people dating.
We're talking about a certain racial.
Yes, we're talking about a racial group.
Okay, so a certain racial group doesn't start the engine up; they just start the car up and go. They don't.
Based on that person's experiences, they believe that men of this background are selfish and don't take care of the needs of the woman.
Has this population benefited from the downfall of another racial group for the past about 800 years? Okay, I'm gonna take that as a non-answer. Has this racial group have a certain privilege about them?
So interracial dating, we touched on it a little bit.
You know what? I think I know
touched on it a little bit in one of the old episodes.
You talking about Middle Eastern
dudes, 2017. 2017, but now we're in 2018, and we're going to talk about interracial dating because I feel like a lot of people listening right now
let me lay down.
may have experiences doing this or have friends who do this.
Interracial dating? Why do you make it sound like dating? That? It's like an orgy.
Because it's so unspoken. Nobody wants to talk about it. Everybody wants to point the finger, but nobody want to talk about it.
It's very true. So, let me ask you this, Kev. Oh, let me sit up before I start yawning. Interracial dating, what's the first thought that comes to your head?
Angry men.
Wow. Okay. Let's not unpack that.
Hold on. What's your first thought?
My life.
Shut up.
I just take it as biases. Biases. The fuck is the plural of bias? Bias. Yeah. That word. Plural version of bias. That's what I think of. Because, I mean, everybody has their own flavor, I guess you could say. I think everybody has what they want to do, right, and what they should do. And see, this is where I get really weird in my definition of race. I honestly, as growing up, starting to see that race is kind of like used as an excuse for a lot of things. Um, and this is what I mean by that. If something happens that is not in your favor, doesn't help you, um, directly impacts you, people want to chalk up the race before anything else. Before they start talking about what's going on, before they start talking about what's happening or what they didn't do yet, they just jump in the race. And they say, you know what? It's because I'm blank. It's because I'm blank. This happened because of blank. Rather than it being, taking some prowess to that and like, hey, you know what? Maybe this is all me. So that's kind of really my overall thing when it comes to it. When it comes to failure, it's easier to blame someone else than look at your own self. Um, and when it comes to dating in that, people start to look at it as, oh, well, that's a direct um, displeasing, or that's a direct insult to me because of my race. That's directly affecting me. How is it affecting you in someone else's relationship? If you don't like it, that's cool. You have your own opinion. But you don't really have to go at it as in that it's a global construct that's killing off your race or killing off your people or your culture. A lot of times it could be a very beautiful thing. It could be a time for someone that has no clue what one culture is about and gets to learn another. It gets to be a point where one family is severely and intensely benefiting from combining with another, not just financially, but just in general of who they are. There are a lot of different constructs of each culture wherein it may look similar, but there are so many differences that can broaden someone's perspective that it's a beautiful thing in life. And that's honestly what love is really about, is about coming together, broadening aspects, and being great and just being happy. So when people go around, they say, oh, well, why aren't you dating blah, blah, blah? Okay, well, why don't you go do it? you know, it's my thing. I would get to pick what I want. When we get into the extremist groups that speak of killing off the neighborhood and killing off the cultures by marrying in other cultures and other identities, I'm sorry, but I don't see in 30, 40 years, not even time, that there's going to be more people that look like the people now. Everyone's going to be mixed. Everyone's going to be something. There's going to be someone that has extremely kinky curly hair with bright blue eyes and fair skin. There's going to be someone with a very dark and deep melanin tone with green eyes and straight hair. I don't really see it being where we're so different that we have to play the guessing game and the what reaction when we find out what somebody is. I'm doing air quotes here, but you guys can't hear me. Um, I mean, even personally, I don't see my children being exactly how I look. Might be a little bit close, but it won't be the exact same thing. Do I have a problem with that? Hell no. Why should I? It's just life. You're attracted to people for their character rather than you are their skin. And that's the beautiful part about it all. So when I think interracial dating, I honestly just think people should just mind their own, let people be happy, and keep moving, and just focus on themselves, focus on what they can control. You can't control how somebody else feels about their partner or a different group. So what's it to you to try to change it? Just chill and be cool with it.
Okay, so with all that being said, how do you feel about people who entertain interracial relationships, but at the end of the day, they may feel like they could never be married to someone outside of their
Oh,
race?
that's fair, bro. Like if that's like me, that's like you. If so, that I understand you correct. That's like saying Bob likes to have sex with people that look like Keisha, but Bob wants to marry a Susan.
That's exactly what I meant, because I've heard, like, literally, and this has happened multiple times. Um, Women have told me that other women have said things like, oh my God, like I've been with a black guy, like, and it was amazing, but I could never marry a black guy.
Oh, you're cheating and lying to yourself. There's some kind of
What? Like,
it's crazy to hear it, but like there's some kind of insecurity in yourself that you don't want to approach. You know what I mean? Like it could be. Oh my god, my stomach just growled.
yeah, it's loud as something said, ah.
Holy shit! I thought nobody could hear that. My headphones too loud. But no, I feel like if you're just looking for an experience, yo, like what's wrong with you? Like you're legit using someone and you legit can't see past their race and their experience. Like that means you can't tell your family that you love this person. The hell are you afraid of? What about you?
I feel like people who say things like that shouldn't have conversations with me.
Mm.
That's how I feel
Is it
about
because
that.
you're black?
I've been in the situation, yes, as
Yo,
an
oh my
African
god,
American.
I'm
No,
so
I'm not gonna
sorry.
call myself that. As a black male,
I just realized I called you a black.
you know how many times I hear that a day? It's like, no.
Like, you're a black.
um, I think that when I hear things like that, it's sad, and I also have had experiences where like someone's parents may be like, oh, um, so you're dating, and I know right now I'm making this specific for black males, but that's because these are my experiences. Um, the parents are like, oh yeah, like I mean, I have no problem with you like talking to someone black, but
Why would you marry
like
them?
but if you guys get married, like aren't you worried that your children are gonna like have to deal with so many problems?
Mm. Mm-mm-mm. I feel like I talked about this recently. Did I talk? Oh no, that was me and you talking.
Or if they say something like, I mean, like, oh, but I really want like my characteristics to be passed down, like my bloodline.
Hey, I would tell them straight up. It got passed down with your firstborn. Keep it moving. This ain't your child no more.
Yeah, I think that's super offensive.
No,
Like,
it is. If someone heard that and said, "I don't see the problem with that," that's an issue. I'm sorry. I love you to death for listening, but that's an issue. If you don't feel as though something can be passed down, quote unquote, physically, because you want to have a control over that, that's an issue. You gotta let people love you. You really do.
and if you decide to have children with someone outside of your race and that child comes out looking like a combination of the two of you, yes, there are going to be differences in their experiences and the experiences of you two as parents, but
Mm-hmm.
it is what it is.
Exactly.
Like all you can do is teach them right from wrong and instill in them the best values that you learned through your experiences in life and keep it pushing.
Exactly.
And just like racism in general is something taught when you put kids in a room together, they're not divided. They're all playing with each other
Yeah.
because they're kids and they just want to play.
They don't see all that. They don't see, oh, that's a black kid. I can't talk to the black kid. No, they just see, hey, you got a ball? Can I play with that? Like, they keep it moving. I really loved it about kids, yo. Like they're just so normal. Like nothing's that big of an issue for them. They're just doing what they want to do without being poisoned and changed and threatened and
Exactly. And like it also this entire conversation makes me think like I'm gonna come right back to interracial dating specifically,
okay.
but I don't know if I've talked about this on the podcast before, but this is something I have a conversation about a lot. I feel like black men, Middle Eastern men, and Asian men are at the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to success with women across the board, like all women of all nationalities.
Hold on. Say that order again.
Black
Mm-hmm.
men, Middle Eastern
Mm-hmm.
men, Asian men
I'm
on the
I'm
bottom.
taking Middle Eastern men out of that.
Why?
I feel like they're the new end thing. That's so weird to say it like
Okay.
that, but it's
But let me put some extra spice in there. Okay, so you say Middle Eastern men are okay now because it's like a it thing to do right
mhm.
now. Okay, so then take away the money and the good looks. Then what?
Wait, take away the money and the good looks.
Okay, we're talking about like someone like what's the dude's name? Madrid Jordan.
Majid Jordan. Hold
Yeah,
on, what does Majid Jordan look like? Pause. Let me
uh,
look at.
he looks like a model type Middle
He
Eastern
got
dude.
like the little like beard little thing. Like
Sometimes, if I'm thinking of, he's the one who dates the supermodel, right?
I don't. I've never. No, Majid Jordan is a group. It's two dudes and they look horrible.
Okay, so then I'm thinking
Holy
of the wrong person. Is it Zayn Malik?
Zayn? Yeah, Zayn is the No, he's the like really attractive dude. Yeah,
Let me
yeah.
double
No,
check.
Zayn. He
Okay,
was
yeah,
in One
that's who I was
Direction
thinking of
or
when I was
whatever
talking
that
about
was.
Okay, yes, that's who I'm thinking of. Him.
If I take away the beard,
He's an attractive dude if you take away the beard, regardless.
yeah, I'm taking away the beard and the hair, and he's still a handsome guy.
So when people think, "Oh yeah, I would date a Middle Eastern guy," they're probably thinking of him. Or, "Oh, I would date a black guy," they're probably thinking of like
Kofi,
Malcolm Jamar. What's his?
Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Yeah. No,
No,
not
what?
That's the one from the Cosby Show, right?
Yeah,
No, wrong guy.
Michael
I'm
B.
thinking of
Jordan.
light skin yo from the cop show who used to be on the stories back in the day.
Oh my god, this
You know who I'm talking about? Shamar Moore.
Shamar,
Shamar Moore.
Michael Ealy, Morris Chestnut.
Yes, those type of guys. Yes. Well,
You know
Morris
Michael
Chestnut doesn't
Ealy was
fall
like
into that
40
category.
something.
Yeah, I knew that.
Crazy.
The guy who used to be on CSI before he started dabbling in Hollywood things with the light eyes.
Um, um, oh my god. I know exactly who you're talking about. Damn.
He looked like he was related to Michael.
Yeah, I was going to say, look like Michael Ealy.
Yeah.
Yeah, him. That's not Michael Ealy.
So like you have to have something that makes you stand out to be okay or accepted. Like I was watching recently season 6 of Are You the One? There's a guy on there. The dude looks like the second coming of Jesus. Like I'll be honest, he's an attractive dude. But he's a light skinned, light eyed, like acceptable black person.
You gotta have something extreme about you. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. If it's not the money or the talent or the muscles or the skin tone, it's like
you gotta be like a little
going
bit
back
brighter.
to what you're saying, exactly. So with Middle Eastern men, Zayn Malik is lighter.
Mm-hmm.
He has more acceptable features, and he has money.
He has a soft face.
Now, if you take your average black male, Middle Eastern male, or Asian male, put them on Tinder, it'll show you exactly what I'm talking about.
Like Aziz Ansari versus Zayn. What you're saying?
Exactly. But Aziz is gonna get attention because he's a comedian, one, and he's got money.
Mm-hmm.
Like I heard a girl recently say to me, you know, like Aziz isn't the most attractive guy, but being funny brings you a long way. What?
For real? What? Yeah, who do you be talking to?
Like, but this is a fact, though. It is a proven fact that if a guy can make a woman laugh, he's gonna be so much better off.
That's true. Personality.
Exactly.
Yes.
Just like confidence.
Yep.
But to go back to it, I think those three men are just, they're either fetishized or they're cast off to the side. If you're not the ideal minority or a Caucasian male, you already have a lot stacked against you.
That's true.
But to go back to interracial dating, I just think it's stupid. Just like if I go out with a young lady who's not of my race,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use a specific situation. So I was dating an Asian girl in high school.
Uh-huh.
We would go out in public and be like near each other. I don't know why, but white males specifically would look so disgusted. Like, oh my God, he's tainting her. She's too attractive. Why can't she be with me?
Wait, she was Asian. These are white dudes you're talking about.
Yes. Yellow fever.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you who don't know what yellow fever is, that's when white men like fetishize Asian women.
Mm.
If I'm out in public with a woman who is white men are looking like, oh my God, he's probably blowing her back out. No, like this is funny, but like these have been real conversations that have been told.
Mm.
Like I kid you not. Like other, like I don't know what it is with like white men, and when you tell them that like a young white lady is dating a black male. Like, oh God, well, there she goes. It's probably stretched out, or she's getting her back blown out, or is it really that big? Does it look different? Like, what the hell?
Mm, that's crazy.
Or, oh my God, I can never talk to you now because it probably doesn't even feel good anymore because Jamal stretched you out.
Can I put a tape measure in there? That's ridiculous.
And I think that's really sad.
It's life.
People should be able to love whoever they want to. And everybody listening out there, I'm glad you're listening if you're still here with us right now. Love who you want to love. Don't let other people dictate what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think about other stuff. If you care about that person, you want to be with them, I don't care if they're purple. Be happy. Don't let the insecurities of other people weigh down your relationship because they can destroy your relationship. I've seen it happen. I've experienced it.
Mm.
I've dated a lot of young ladies outside of my race
Mm-hmm.
of different cultures.
And how'd you feel about
And
it?
I think about it, I think I've dated like almost every type except a couple. But honestly, I love embracing other cultures, but I just love women in general. So I mean, if I see you, I like you, I want you, I'm gonna pursue you.
So how you feel about when people judge you in public when your relationships with people now that you're older?
Oh yeah, I don't care. It used to bother me when I was younger, but now, if I'm out in public and I'm talking to someone outside of my race,
Mm.
I usually just smile.
Do you feel like you have to say something?
Mm-mm.
Mm.
What do I need to like? I don't need to validate anything that I'm
Mm.
doing, and also I'm not insecure.
Mm.
I think at the end of the day, if I'm garnering that much attention, I must be doing something right,
Sure.
even if it's negative. I mean, hey, at the end of the day, you can't worry about what other people are doing. You just got to be happy in your own lane. And if you're in a situation where you're in a relationship with somebody and they can't handle it, tell them deuces and go to the next person who will appreciate you despite whatever the issue is.
Mm.
Because that's another thing. You can love somebody till your face turn blue. And if they feel like they don't know or they can't really take it serious because of racial issues, yeah, they're not for you.
It's true. I feel like when it comes to interracial dating, like there's a whole new area you have to get into. You know, it not only, and I kind of touched on it a little bit before about the cultures. Not only do you have to understand what you may face, but you have to understand what your partner's going through. You know, like you got to be attuned to that. So if you're talking about you're with the Asian, I almost called her yellow. If you're with the Asian girl and white guys are staring and all this other stuff with disgust and disdain for you or for her, you know, I mean, she should notice that too and just be like, you know what, hey, like Kev might not feel some kind of way, but let me validate my boyfriend here. You know, grab your arm or something. You know, just so it's like, even if you did have the smallest of doubt, and you're kind of like, dang, like that, you know, that kind of hurt. Like, or if someone says something, you know what I'm saying? Like, just having that strong of a partner with you.
Yeah.
Because now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, have I ever had any? Because I'm kind of new to interracial dating. Like, I'm gonna keep that 100. Keep it dirty.
But also, I have to say, like, even though you are new to this, it's not gonna affect. I don't think it will affect you as much as you think it may because you've grown up black your entire life.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And all right, here's my thing. So I was reading this article on Medium.com about interracial dating recently, probably like last week, and they were saying that black Latino relationships aren't that bad because Latinx people are black. I sent the angriest of email. Oh wow, I just thought about never percent still my drafts. I'm working on it. But it's wrong. There's two different cultures. Like just because they're not Caucasian or they're not Asian doesn't mean they're the same thing. If I go to my girl's house, perfect example, I went to my girl's grandma's house. We had pasteles, we had sancocho, we had coquito.
Any pataleos?
We had all this food, and not one bit of it was black. So let me.
Hold on, time out. Quick pause. Can you tell? Can I get the hookup on that coquito? Seriously,
Yeah, you know I got you.
it's been a while.
I got
All
the
right, bet.
recipe now.
Continue. I'm
But
sorry.
I'm eating this food and like I'm listening to the conversation. I'm drinking drinking the juice. I'm drinking the drink. I'm like, none of this is black. Then when she came by my aunt cooked, my mom cooked. You know what I mean? Their sisters and everything. Shout out to them for cooking some great food. None of that food was Spanish. None of that was food from a Latinx culture. We eating chitterlings. We eating greens. We eating um, um, turkey neck, stuffing,
I love
yams. Um, so and it's like if you put both plates next to each other, there's probably one thing in common: is rice, and it's not even the
that. I mean, that's
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
universal.
It's a universal thing, and it's not even the same rice. You can give a black older woman that cooks a rice packet and give the same rice packet to the Latinx older woman. They're gonna cook it two different ways. It's gonna taste two completely different ways. They ain't gonna follow no instruction on the box. They're gonna do it how they grew up learning. And I'm going through stuff now where we just came from dinner with my parents and everything, and we were talking loud. We're talking some very racy topics. Homosexuality, um, racial barriers, Trump, all this other stuff, in a predominantly, if not all, Caucasian restaurant. And on the way back, my girl, she was like, "You feel like we were too loud? We were talking about some really like non-PC stuff." And I stopped, and I was like, "Man, fuck them. I don't care."
Yeah, because at the end of the day, they have their conversations like we
Exactly.
don't even exist.
Exactly. And I was like, yo, for too long, and I kind of got on a little pedestal, and I'm shout out to her for actually listening to it and not telling me shut the hell up. For so long, we've been in a right where we couldn't speak about certain things, where we were only allowed to say yes, sir, no, sir, how much, sir. It was so long for us to get a voice in something to where now you're looking at a couple generations differences. You're looking at my parents who grew up civil rights times. You're looking at me, my girl, and we're talking about mutual things. We're being uncanny. We're being free. So for so long, we had to be like so filtered and make sure that we're appeasing everyone, and we can't be too
Yep.
black here. We can't be too Spanish. Let's really look at what's really going on with people around us. Let's try to be nice and smile. We letting motherfuckers fly. We letting gay. We just let everything out, and it's like nah, because if we were to go back a couple hundred, not even a couple hundred, 50, 60 years ago, they would have had worse convos in front of us. And guess what we had to do? Sit there. We got treated so horribly.
Because if we react, we're doing what is thought we're gonna do. If we don't react, we're being
Exactly.
passive
So it's like,
aggressive.
well, what do you want us to do? And we both laughed about it and was like, word, let's do what the hell we want to do. Like, who cares? You know what I'm saying? The only thing that gets kind of weird because it's like we're both in therapy and stuff, and like if we see a client out and we're talking like this, it's kind of like, oh crap. But there was nobody there. We checked. So you look at stuff like that, and I can't tell you how many times, and like I said, I'm newer into this interracial thing, so I don't know if you've had this moment where you tell your partner, oh, it's a black thing, and you like negate explaining it right then and there because it's going to be a lot of questions. It's going to be a lot of what do you means, and you're like, I got to really feel this because I'm going to get pissed off if you disrespect it.
Nah, I keep it 100. Like, one thing I can say I appreciate in my experiences, I just put it out there because there's no
Like
like I
right then and
can't
there.
assume that you know anything.
Like, so, okay, example, say you're out, you're walking and you um perfect, I don't know if it's all black or if it's all guys, but I've only noticed it with our population. You're walking on the street, on the sidewalk, you push the girl to the other side so that you're on the street side, she's on the inside. And she says, why do you do that? Are you going to give.
Well, that's just being a gentleman. But if you go into the history, it was because back in the day, people would throw things out of their window, and you don't want the woman to get hit by it, so the guy would stand there.
Exactly. So now,
Or and also
yeah, I
to
was going to say
protect
for
them from
cars.
cars in the newer
Yeah.
age. Yeah, there's two reasons
Yeah.
for
But
that.
I
Yeah.
automatically go to the racial thing first. And I remember when I first started doing it, I remember I just told a girl because we were out and I'm like, I know I'm going to go fully into this now. It's something that, we do in my culture. And eventually we had the convo about it. First, it's what a gentleman does. And she was like, well, why? And love her to death. She always asks why on stuff, and I'm like, all right, here comes a long convo. And afterwards, it's to now where it's like innate, where she knows she's on the outside, she'll walk around to the inside. Or if I tap her a little bit, it's like playing Pong. Like I just play Pong with her while we walk, and she just goes over. Like, and when we're out with people, they're always like, "What the hell?" You know what I mean? And I remember
Yeah.
I was making a joke with her because we were with her best friend and her boyfriend who's black, and he was saying something to her, but he was trying not to like come off that he was mad. So he grabbed he grabbed the inside of her arm with his thumb, like on the part where her arm bends. And so she had this fear in her eyes and looked at him like he was about to kill her. And he stopped. I was like, oh damn. And I started dying. And so they're like, what's so funny? And we both said it was like it's a black guy thing. That's how we show anger sometimes. Like we grab the inside of your arm. Like we're not gonna grab your neck, we're gonna grab the side where they can't see things. Like it's borderline abusive, but we know what this means. That means chill out. I don't know. I feel like I do like I'm doing well with it, I think. I hope.
I'm not really worried about your situation because at the end of the day, you guys both come from a specific background with. I said
Pacific.
specific. I did not say the ocean.
So what about the ocean?
I'm sorry, I'm distracted.
But it's
My brain just
I
shut
could
down.
see you legit power down. But no, I mean it's and I'm always I'm that kind of black guy that's like I don't want to make everything about race. But then when I notice my explanation for things deal with race, I try to look at me first. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm being insecure and defensive, let me not talk about race first. Let me look at what's going on. Now, let me look at what's around me.
Yeah, don't automatically put a
Because you put a
black
black
card,
card too
but
much, people gonna be like, "Yo,
explain.
what the hell is wrong with him? Why is he putting a black card?"
Here he
Exactly.
goes
Here this nigga
again.
go. Here we go. More
Yeah.
black stuff. Because I ain't even peep. Oh, it was probably like last year. I didn't notice that my friends that aren't black, when certain songs came on, they didn't say the N word, and I'm just yelling it. I'm loving it, and I'm like, wait, we get a little quiet around this time. What the hell is going on? Then it hit me. Oh, because I'm here. And I remember, I think I talked to one of them. I was like, yo, like, why don't y'all say the lyrics? And they were like, because, certain lyrics. I'm like, I don't care.
It's
Like,
racist.
no, I don't want you to say it in public if I'm not around you, but I don't care. Like, it's a song, and it.
I mean, that's that. Yeah, I think you should put a pause on that one because that might be a very extended
Oh no, it
conversation.
has been. It has been. This is like last year. This combo happened.
Now I feel like we should have this conversation on here.
Oh, really?
Let's put a disclaimer out there for everybody. For everyone listening still, I would not be okay if we like see you out and you're like, oh my god, you guys are fast Wi-Fi, you are my niggas.
Yo, if somebody said that in public, I would die.
I would laugh, hopefully.
Mm.
Like Gambino said it. Everyone needs to just be afraid of saying the N-word, but we may lose a couple of you in the process. I mean, hey.
Mm.
But that's neither here nor there.
I mean, like I said, when it comes to certain things, I don't care. Like when it.
If you can't have the conversation about it, you shouldn't be doing it.
It's very true.
I think coming from, because I love comedy and I love just all things stand-up related, I don't think anything's taboo if it's presented in a way that's makes it okay to talk about it. Yeah, let me say it that way.
It's true. Because my thing is like this. I don't remember what song it was, but it was one of my songs, so I must have really loved it. Redbone. I remember it. And it got to the part with the hook, and it got a little quiet. Like, find you, and I'm like, what?
Niggas.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Dang
and I was like,
on.
yo, y'all messing up my mood. And so at first I'm like, yo, it's cool. And then I remember we talked about it for a while, and I'm like, I respect why you don't want to say it. I came to that conclusion. I respect why you don't want to say it.
I mean, but you may set them up for failure with that because just because you're okay with it and they think it's cool, and then they go with their other black friend, they say it and then
Oh
get
no, no,
punched in the
no, no.
face, it's
That's
your
the part. Let
fault.
me finish that. I said I respect why you don't want to say it around me. That's cool. I'm not going to tell you to say it around anybody else. But if I'm in the mood, and I think I was like low key drunk, so if I'm drunk, I really don't care, which is rare. Um, don't mess up my mood. But at the same point too, personally, I don't find any power or harm in that word because number one, if we're still taking it for what it was worth, means you're ignorant. Da da da. Cool. Secondly, we have made that word so monopolized, so marketable that is crazy. So not only did we take hate from a certain group and twist it into a benefit for us, like think about it. Dick Gregory's book title, nigger. Nas's album title, nigger. How many songs have nigga in it?
Nice to change that though.
Yeah, yeah, he did. I didn't. I really hated that, and I think it changed like the N word or something like that.
Yeah.
I hated that change. But I mean, it's like if someone yells,
What's crazy is, and you just gave me a great idea, not to cut you off,
of
but
course you meant to cut me
since
off.
we're the only group of people, no, I really didn't. We're the only. I didn't want to forget the
Mm.
thought, but we're the only group of people who never got our reparations, and that would be a great way for us to start getting paid.
Facts.
But continue.
We should trademark that word. I think it's already
You know
done. I
what?
remember reading an
I'm
article like that.
I'm writing that down in my comedy book.
We should, but
That might be a joke. I feel like I can fine
okay,
tune that
cool.
into a joke.
But like, think about that though. Have and this let me put a disclaimer because I'm about to say a lot of racial words right now. Have Asians monopolized chink?
Okay, I do not feel comfortable with all the words that
No, that
you
was the only one I
may
was gonna
say.
say. I'm just saying, like
So,
in general, because it's like
okay.
you go to Jews, like I don't really know any for Jews, but
Uh, all those words make me feel uncomfortable.
that's some shit you gotta deal with, bro. You got to read or something.
It's not like I don't like. I feel like those words come from a real place of hate, and they mess up my
That's true.
energy.
So when you hear the word nigger now, like what do you? Well, ooh, not the er. You hear with the a. What do you?
Nah, the ER and the A don't affect me because I mean, at
No,
the end of the day, those
I
are
hate
about
saying
my
the er one.
people.
It just comes off
So
so strong. Like it ain't cool.
it does come from an unsettling place, but I feel like that word. Never mind. It's an uncomfortable
I
word.
can get that. I get that. I think my thing is I respect when older generations are like, yeah, I can't keep saying that. They yell that to me all the time. You don't know what I went through for that. I respect that. I'm valid.
They used to say "cootie cat." Who
That
cares what they think?
that is true as well. Cootie cat. But I respect what they're saying. I respect what they went through. I value it. I appreciate it. But that word is just so funky sometimes. Like it just does it. You know how many times I yell nigga? Like,
If I legitimately got $1 for
yo.
every time Jay used the word "nigga," we would be
Oh my
rolling
god.
in dough. And then if you add how many times I say it, we'd probably be
We'll be on the Forbes
billionaires.
list. Like and it's so I remember I caught myself because I called my girl nigga before. But it wasn't like I was mad. It was like we were talking about something. We were like, we're going off, we're laughing. And I was like, yo, nigga, you what? And I was like, I just called you nigga. Like, and I stopped.
I feel like it's
Like she
okay
stopped.
because I would have laughed so hard
Yeah, like
if
she
I was
laughed at it a
there.
little bit and just kind of looked at me like, is this okay?
I
And
probably
I
would have
just said,
pissed
my
on
fault. I just
myself.
called you a nigga. And I had to explain to her. I was like, I call everything nigga after a while. Seatbelts, like Childish Gambino said, like objects, food, feelings. I was lifting. I almost said, Nick, I was lifting. See, I was starting it again. I was lifting yesterday, right? I'm picking up the weight off my chest. I mean, I had it on my knees first, and I was picking up to like over my shoulders. And I'm picking it up,
Nigga.
and I dropped it, and it bounced so hard. I was like, damn, nigga. And everybody, I swear that was next to me, looked at me like, I just put my headphones back and just kept going.
You're racist.
And then and like when I live, sometimes I like motivate myself, even though I know I can't hear it. I'm like, get that shit, and come on, come on, come on, come on, get that. And it just gets awkward. But it's a cool word, man. Like if nobody's yelling at to me in a derogatory, hateful way, I personally do not respond or react to it. I was at a Jay-Z concert and the girl was singing hell out of those song lyrics, yo. When Niggas in Paris came on, Hove, Izzo, I mean, any song that had it in there, yo, she was going in. And there's that one part he stopped and it was like, hey, all the white people need for you to chill. Don't use this word so much. And like everybody's laughing and having a good time. But it was just like nothing about me wanted to stop and punch her in the face for yelling it. Cause I'm like, yo, she's in love with this song. She's in love with this art craft. Cool. She's not culture virtuing it right now because she paid for a ticket and she's here patroning someone that I adore and love and admire. So cool. Go with it. But I think it has its context.
Same with New Year's at the celebration. Cardi B, Bodak Yellow came on. Hey, little, you can't with me if you wanted to. I was looking around. There was a lot of people who were censoring themselves.
I love when they do it though. It's so cool.
It's
I'm like,
hilarious.
oh, look at you censoring yourself.
Because then when you look at them and they catch you, they get that uncomfortable, just like their
Just say
energy
nigga
just
in the
drops
pussy.
and they just act like they don't want to sing anymore. Yes, you do.
Where?
Because the Victoria's Secret models got in trouble for that.
Oh, yeah, I did see
A
that.
little fuck with me if you wanted to. These expensive. These is red bottoms. These is bloody shoes.
And she gonna say, let's find see Cardi B, you know where I'm at, you know where I'll be. I don't remember it.
She said something about like nigga be under the ass, something like that. She's calling niggas out.
And I pay my mama bills. I ain't got no time to chill. They baby father can run the bill. Yeah, I don't remember where she said it in there.
She does say it. She does say it.
I don't know.
He's ugly.
You said what? What you say?
Huh? Just got the picture.
Oh, and I'm quick cut a nigga off, so don't get comfortable. Wow, this in the hook. How'd I miss that?
Yeah, cut it, nigga.
Comfortable.
So don't get.
I mean, it's flavorful right there.
Well, they still got
no. Yeah, I mean, there's certain things, and this is my other thing. I don't want to sound like an old man on the porch, but certain things are not for social media or for the internet. Enjoy it in the comfort of your own home and chill. You don't gotta sit here recording you and your friend in your house by yourself singing lyrics to Bodak Yellow, knowing that you're on a public platform. So, just things to live by. Put the phone down. I can make you put your phone down. That's by Erykah Badu, if y'all wondering. It's a dope song.
Love of my life, you are my friend. I love Erykah Badu. All right, I think it's time to cut now. All in all, Fast Wi-Fi for you believes that if you love somebody, despite if they are the same color as you or another color, it is okay because you guys should just do the do.
Is Academics in jail right now? Because he's on Twitch.
If Academics is in jail, that's a nice ass jail system with a bunch of YouTube setups.
I know I'm not tripping. Like, he just tweeted. It's your.
Did you see the Erykah Badu episode?
So that's funny, huh?
Did you see the Erykah Badu
former
episode?
Show? Yeah,
she was like, I think I know who it is.
Son, I was crying.
Yo, she trolled that man the whole episode.
Son was so hurt. He's like, oh.
Hilarious.
Well, now think about it though. His girl did say she would run his Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube while he's gone.
Yo, she clearly is a gold digger. Like,
oh
why
my god, I'm so glad you said it because I did not even think about it. So that's all she does is, oh, don't worry, I got you. Nigga, we don't want to hear you. You can't do it's your boy academics. You can't do it.
It's your boy
That joke be
academics.
so fast, yo. It's crazy. Like now, I really want to know if he's like in jail right now because he's or she or someone is. I don't know. Whatever. So I'm gonna say it's your boy academics. Fast Wi-Fi for you, man. Forget all stress today. We invent funny ideas for you. Oh, plugs. Damn, my bad. Um, I
First of
really
all,
did.
you
I
took
just realized
my
I was like,
bit
that doesn't sound
and
like
didn't do
something I'm
yours.
supposed to say. Okay, first and foremost, shout out to everyone that checked in. Shout out to everybody that's still here. Shout out to everybody that came with us into 2018, into this new year, new same us. Shout out Blast Chat like always, because I'm in love with this app still. Shout out to Millennial Matters podcast. They just started up. Shout us out. Love seeing people create. So shout out to y'all. Keep pushing. You can check out our episodes on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, YouTube, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Player FM. Is that all of them? Sounds like all of them. Yeah, damn.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all of them. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Blast Chat like always. And also go to Patreon. No, it's not for nudes. We want you to be a patron and you get some cool stuff from us. We will also have a shirt and other gift website up soon for y'all, so be on the lookout for that. Me and Kev have to go into the lab and agree on some stuff, and yeah, that's all I got.
And maybe you'll get access to our personal Snapchat.
Yo, this thing over here advertising nudes. Kev's Snapchat name
I'm
is
kidding, guys.
XXX Yellow Fever X Black X.
Wow. Jay's Snapchat is at shaped like a garden tool.
Kev's Facebook name is Anita Man 24. ANITAMANN. Anita Man.
Jalen's Facebook is I'll blow on that booty hole.
You can catch Kev on his cellular device at 1-800-PIMP-A-HOE. Kev's also on Backpage if y'all want to hire him for the night.
Jay's personal phone number is 1-800 suck
That's
a
too
nigga
many
dick
numbers.
or something.
You're stupid. If you log on to Fast Wi-Fi Reviews Instagram right now, you can see a pic of Kev. That's the joke right there. Nah,
That was corny.
man, nigga.
But I don't know anything. I'm your conscience.
Yo, shout out. No, if you go to actually, low, like for real. I need for y'all to go to Instagram and at Olivia Munn, go to her page and tell her we said what's up because she's not answering us. Been DMing her for about 2 weeks.
But anyways, this is
no,
Fast
don't do that.
Wi-Fi.
Olivia Munn just wrote an essay on sexual assault.
Yo,
oh my god, I'm not. Oh no, we can't do this.
One more
We
time.
cannot do this. Look what you just said to me. Man, take us out, man. You over here crying.
This has been Fast Wi-Fi for you. Forget all stress today. We invent funny ideas for you.
Suck a nigga dick or something.
And remember, I'm gonna need you guys to find a mirror, look in that mirror, tell yourself you're beautiful, you're handsome, and that you can accomplish all things you set your mind to. And we are out this motherfucker.
We're actually not out this motherfuckers. That is not how we're ending in 2018. We have a new ending. You ready for this? Oh, hold up, Kev. Hit the instrumental. You ready? This is a new 2018 outro we've been working on. We worked on it about a solid 2 weeks. Y'all ready? This is Fast